one fella on the bill. And not only have we got a fella on the bill, but this fella's been on Comedy Central. I know, right? So guys, we're going to start the cheering from this side of the room this time. So can we have a little whoop, a little holler, a little cheer, bring it round, bring it round, bring it round, bring it round. And welcome to the stage, Richard Stark.
Hello everybody. Is this working? Good. How's the bottomless brunch going? Has anyone found the bottom yet? No. Okay, we've got a couple of hours. I went on the bottomless brunch directly after lockdown, and I haven't been on one since because it lasted 12 hours. There was a police incident, and I ended up in a relationship with one of my friends for 3 months. That's the bottomless brunch. Yeah. I like doing gigs like this. I like doing gigs. I'm guessing we're pretty female heavy in the room, right? And I like that because not for a creepy reason, you know. I just feel like I just love doing like gigs with like close groups of like female friends because I love seeing that because girls, you guys get a different level of friendship than men. We can't reach your level. I will die on this hill. Women are better at being friends than men, okay? I'll prove this to you. My girlfriend, she's got a list of numbers in her phone of girls she's met in nightclub toilets because they liked each other's hair. And that was it. Yeah. But if I say I've got a list of numbers of blokes I've met in toilets, a completely different thing gets assumed about me, doesn't it? You guys are great at talking about your feelings with each other and stuff like that. Men are getting a bit better about talking about our feelings with each other, but we still basically talk about them in the same way that we talk about sport. I feel it's the only way we're comfortable doing it. I caught myself talking to my friend after he asked me how I was. I was going through a pretty rough patch. And I sounded like a League Two football manager explaining a third defeat in a row to the BBC. He's like, "Are you alright, mate?" I was like, "I'm just taking it day by day, if I'm honest. Just trying to get some wins under my belt. But I am backing myself to beat this." I just gotta get, I think things will be fine by May, and then if not, we'll reassess. That's how I talk about my mental health. Whereas, God, women talking about their mental health to their friends, it's a completely different thing. I saw this thing that I want to call a sad girl coffee morning. Has anyone been to one of them? If you've not been to one of them, let me explain. It doesn't have to be at a coffee shop, right? It's basically where a girl is sad, and she texts her best friends saying, "I'm sad about this thing." And then a separate WhatsApp group starts. And they say, "Hey, Sandra's sad. We're going to have to organise a sad girl coffee morning." And the rest of them go, "Alright, let's go girls. Let's go be sad in public. Let's go make some cool memories. Let's go bond." That's what they do, and it's fantastic. I was sat in this coffee shop. I'm 36 now, right? So I go to kind of posh coffee shops that I can't really afford. I go to this one near me. It's got a French name. They serve things like lavender lattes and stuff like that. It's in Clapham. It's a basic bitch coffee shop. I go as a treat. Right? You've got to wear leggings to get in. And I'm in there, and I'm having my, turmeric espresso or whatever. And there's this girl, and she's sat on the table on her own, and she looks really, really sad. And I'm like, I wonder if a sad girl coffee morning's going to happen. And it fucking did, yeah! Like, the doors just opened like that, and there was these two fucking gazelles, right? They were immaculate. They had their hair straight back, they were in full like Lululemon running gear. They hadn't been to the gym. They hadn't been to the gym at all, right? They were perfect. And they saw her, and they went straight towards her, and they fucked the chairs. They didn't sit down on the chairs. They knelt down. And then they just took her hand, and then they all started crying. You see that film Midsummer? You know the screaming scene? I was over here going, "This is fantastic." And I started listening to them. And the original girl is going, well, been seeing this guy for a couple of months. I thought it was going really well. But last night, he's decided to break it off. He doesn't think we're compatible long term, so rather than drag it out and lead me on, he's decided to just put that boundary in place and end it there and then. And I thought, well, that's fair enough. But her best friend went, fuck that guy. He sounds like a piece of shit. She went to war for her friend. And she was like, oh, I thought it was kind of healthy. And no, fuck him. She's like, okay, yeah, fuck him. Fuck that guy. And she went, but the thing is, he says he's got commitment issues. And her friend went, babe, he hasn't got commitment issues. He has a tattoo on his face. Which I think is a good point. But then her other friend wants to get involved, right? And her other friend does this thing called girl bossing, right? It's great. And men don't do it for each other, and I wish we did. It's where you say a compliment, which is not related to the situation past or present, okay? But it sort of builds them up a little bit, right? And she's crying, going, fuck him, yeah, fuck him and his commitment issues, fuck him. And her friend goes, babe, you deadlifted 85 kg last week. You don't fucking need him. I'm over there going, what the fuck is the connection here? How's this working? But it worked. They started talking about other stuff, didn't they? Like, why is that guy in leggings staring at us? You know, it was awkward. And now they're in my comedy set. The thing is, I'm jealous of this. I'm not patronising about it. I'm jealous of this. I wish that blokes would do this for each other a little bit more, because I had a break up a couple of years ago, and I text my best friend, and you know what I got? A fucking gif of Ricky Gervais doing that fucking dance. That is it. That's all I fucking got from him. And then he was like, oh, do you want to come down the gym with me? Because, you know, with blokes, it's not eat, pray, love. Fuck that. It's eat, way, bruv. That's what we do. And I said, you know what? I don't want to go to the gym, but I do want to meet up with you, Gareth. And I want Simon to come as well. And I want to go to this nice patisserie that I've seen on TikTok. It's on Broadway Market. And I want to fucking hold hands with you, mate. And I want to cry a little bit. And I want to connect for the first time in 20 years of friendship. Will that be okay? I wish I'd said it. I didn't say it. I think I have the balls to say that. I just went, no, I'm just taking it day by day, man. Just getting some wins under my belt. The better man won. God. I don't have to date anymore. I've got a girlfriend. Whoa, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, there is a bit of an age gap. Stop it. So I'm 30. I'm 36. She's 25. How do we feel about that? Okay, right. Someone was about to clap. I'm not trying to stereotype you, mate. But we've got to stick together. I can count 4 blokes in the room, and you just started trying a round of applause. Okay. No, it's fine. The thing is, I'm with you, right? Because there was some animosity and stuff like that. The thing is, there's a 10-year, you know, there's a gap. You know, there's a gap. But the thing is, if you're judging me on this, right, you know, don't judge me. You don't know the full story. I've known her for 10 years. Now, it's a strong relationship. It's a strong relationship. I just feel a little bit old when we go clubbing. Because I know that I'm the only one there with a knee support strap under my jeans. Everybody else has snuck ecstasy and I've just got Rennie, you know. and then it gets about 3 in the morning and like the walls are feeling like they're closing in and I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ, I think I'm the only person here who remembers 9/11 happening, you know. The thing is, it's fine. We live together now, which is great because God, the housing crisis is pretty awful. I watched Saltburn the other night. Yeah, who's seen Saltburn? Yeah. Barry Keoghan's having a good career, isn't he? He's having a career so good he can actually wear anything he likes. He could turn up to the Oscars in an IKEA bag and people would be like, slay. But I watched Saltburn, and Saltburn essentially is just about a millennial finding a realistic way of getting on the property ladder. This is how bad it is. I went to an after party after one of the club nights I didn't want to be on, and the only reason anybody goes to an after party, by the way, is to charge their phone. No one has ever had a good time there. And I went into this tiny little flat, little basement flat with like a little half bedroom. It was about the size of the stage really. And we walked in, and I thought, fuck, these people are doing well for themselves. But I'm very settled and very happy because the thing is, I did have a bit of a hard time dating, and I'll tell you why. It's because I actually have a disability. Okay. That causes tension in the room, doesn't it? Because I've said I've got a disability and no fucker can tell what it is yet, can they? And now we're playing, silently, a game called Guess the Disability. I'm going to leave it, don't worry about it, we're going to do that. Basically, I was born with one hand smaller than the other and it looks a bit like a monster munch, yeah? I did that joke once, and some Americans texted me the next day, and they said, "Hey, we had some Monster Munch after your show, and they do look like your hand, and they're great, you know." No, it's called Poland syndrome. That's why I got it. It's from birth, you know. It's called Poland syndrome. But if you search the hashtag Poland syndrome on Instagram, you won't find anything to do with it. What you'll find is stag do's in Krakow. Just pictures of people just going, "Charlie, catching Poland syndrome, moving the lads to Krakow. You're not fucking catching it, Darren. It's a birth defect. It's a birth defect caused by a lack of oxygen to the fetus when it's in the womb." I researched that. That's an interesting way to find out your mum's into asphyxiation, isn't it? But there you go. Whatever she's into, hope it was fucking worth it, Mandy. But I had a hard time dating, you know. Who fixes things for kids? Now, he was a surgeon. He was a surgeon in Leeds. I don't know if he was a real doctor, but he said basically what we want to do, Richard, is we want to amputate these two fingers that you can't use because you can't do anything with your hand, and we want to replace them. I said, "What are you going to replace them with?" And he said, "The second biggest toe on each foot." What the fuck are you talking about? But I didn't have anything else on, you know, so I went with it, and that is toes on my hand. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. Yeah, when I play football, I can just pick it up and run around. And every single girl I've ever slept with has been toed in the hole. Now, speaking of dating, let's get back to dating, okay? If you're dating with a visible disability like this, it's going to be hard because the apps, they're fucking discerning, you know. I'm discerning myself. I once swiped left on a girl because her friend just looked a bit loud. That was enough. I was like, she was in two of her pictures, and I'm like, she looks annoying, I don't want to meet her. So, I'm not exactly going to have a picture of my hand next to my face with this shit's coming on the date as well. No, I've got to bring it up in interesting ways. And this one girl really helped me out. We're on Hinge, we were chatting, and she said, "Richard, how big is your penis? Go on." And I said, "Well, on the one hand, it's average." But I did go on a date that taught me a bit of a lesson actually. I went on this date with this really cool Swedish photographer. How did I know this? I've been Googling her like a normal person, you know. And the date started going really, really well at the beginning, and she started holding my hand. This one, I haven't told her about it yet. And I was freaking out, going, shit, this is going to be this awkward moment where she notices, and I've told her, and it's all going to be... And while I was in this turmoil, I forgot something really important about my hand. Where they did all the surgery, nerve endings are very good. So sometimes when I'm holding somebody's hand, I can't always tell how hard I'm gripping back. And sometimes I can't even tell if they're trying to get out. And this was lockdown dating, so I'd taken her for a walk in a park at night, hadn't I? So she just wanted to brush her hair back, and I was like, just fucking not let go. Will not let go of this woman's hand. And then she spoke up, and I thought, "I'm sorry, I've got this condition with my hand." And she said, "I know." And I said, "How?" And she said, "I've been Googling you." And the first thing that comes up is comedian with small hand. Okay. But she said she just wanted to hold my hand at the beginning of the day to let me know that everything's okay, and she doesn't care about that. It's nice, isn't it? Unfortunately, it never worked out for me in there. She had the smile on her face. Gross!